Last week you saw that I had taken out all of the faucet fittings. That doesn't belong in there. It's yeast. Anyway, the pumps, the faucets, and all the fittings into the water tank. I cleaned them all out with bleach. I'm going to just get rid of this, I think, unless somebody wants it, but it's not pretty still, so I doubt it. And the old pump I haven't taken apart yet, but everything else is like super cleaned with bleach. I just need to get some kind of like pipe cleaners and really scrub out the insides of all these fittings. I forgot to film because I always forget to film everything that I do, and I'm terrible. But I am taking apart the compass. I thought there was a leak or a crack or something, but it turns out there's not. It's just sun grazing, and the seal needed wet, like the gasket probably. And it's just old, and it sat here for a year in the hot sun, and you know, things happen. So here's what I've got. It's all taken out. The gasket, of course, ripped to shreds when I pulled it out, so I'm gonna replace it with butyl tape, just like everything, and try to fill it. I don't think I've got enough fluid. I bought compass fluid. Where the fuck did I put that? There we go. Compass fluid, but I don't think it's enough. Looking at it now on the internet, it looked like enough, but we'll put it all in there and see where we're at. I've recorded this too. Here's me being an idiot and scraping off the old gasket, and the super fun part of work. There's Jade in there. Alright, anyway. Scrapey, and then we'll put this back in with some butyl tape after we fill it up. And hopefully it'll be good enough. Okay, I've acetoned off all the old gasket gunk from the boat. Now I need to do it to the compass. I'd rather use alcohol on the compass because it's plastic and the acetone will melt it. So yeah, Jade's over here looking for the isopropyl. It's rather than alcohol, or rather than acetone. I can't English. English is hard. Bullshit. The syringe I was using to fill the compass, the plunger tip came off in the very end, so it doesn't work. So now I have to find some kind of funnel type thing to fill this up. I'm hoping it's enough fluid, but I don't know. This is out of a bird strike kit and a sample taking kit from an aircraft job I did. Didn't use it, but I used the rest of the kit, and I kept it for some reason, and today, being a pack rat, comes in extremely handy. Okay guys, I figured out why my compass was leaking. I'll show you here. If you have one of these, don't do it. Don't put the screwdriver in it, because I'm pretty sure that's what fucked it up in the first place. Not me, but it was leaking out the back, so I took a look, and sure enough, this little gasket, diaphragm, whatever this is, in the back, totally torn. So I have to find a replacement for that. Okay, now that I've got it out, you can see better what was wrong with it. It was just tearing. I think maybe it was just old and somebody took it apart, and I'm thinking I can just replace this with my standard gasket paper and save myself some money. Not sure how well that's going to work, but it's worth a shot. No, I'm gonna have to trim it better, like more perfectly. I always forget to film what I'm doing until afterwards, so I caught myself midway today. This is where the old electric pump faucet was, so I'm not replacing the electric pump faucet. I am getting rid of it because I have a very small battery bank, and I plan on being offshore for like long periods of time. Maybe, hopefully, that's the dream. Anyway, I've got a hand pump and a foot pump to replace them with, so I'm covering these 1-inch holes. I took a 1-inch dowel rod, cut it into 4 pieces. I've got 2 here, 2 in the head, and I used a rubber mallet to smash them down into the countertop. And now I'm going to be covering it with 2-part epoxy and some fairing filler so that I can get a nice flat surface before I paint the entire countertop. My boat is a typical boatyard mess. We have to do the boat dance whenever I want to get into some tools or literally just about anything. Move all of the project supplies from one side of the boat to the other and keep shuffling it around. It's kind of a nightmare. You'd think I'd learn by now just to leave the tools uncovered, but apparently I don't learn. Right now we've done laundry, dishes, changed the oil, waiting for this epoxy to set up, and it of course has not set up yet because it's so freaking hot outside. So now we're closing the boat up and so wasps don't come in and make new homes. I've got one over here. We pulled 2 out of the inboard yesterday. Got my cup of test epoxy here to see how it does. It's already hard enough that it's not moving, but it's still tacky, so I'm not going to mess with it. I'm going to put the epoxy with the filler compound, there it is, 410 here, fairing filler, over them. And I filled all of the gaps that I don't want in my countertop because I'm going to paint the whole thing. Sand the whole thing down. I did the same thing in the... Wow, I can't speak of the English. I've done the same thing in the head. And then there was one spot on this countertop that needed filled. So I have a lot of sanding ahead of me after this is dry, but for now we're gonna go charge our laptops so I can finish editing last week's video for you.
Yay!
Yeah.
These are the 2 plugs in the head. Just getting rid of the pressure water faucets, and it'll be hand pumps only. And look at the difference that'll make in the counter space in here.
Yeah, kitchen too. Okay, I have lost my voice because I was at a Protect Roe v. Wade protest this weekend. Trying to keep my bodily autonomy, trying to have the same bodily autonomy as a corpse would be great. I've been trying to get my tubes removed for, God, I'm old, 16 years now. I've been asking doctors to be sterilized, but some hypothetical man that I've never met has more say over my body than I do because they won't do it. They say, what if your future husband wants kids, whatever, but I would never be with somebody who wants kids. Like, I want to live my life on a tiny sailboat and adventure, so... Anyway, that's what I was doing this week. Instead of finishing boat projects, I have some footage for you. I also have been working with Jade. She went home, as you have seen earlier. But she has designed me a mast step that should work with my mast, and I don't even need to install halyard exits. I'll put the picture right here. I don't need to install the halyard exits because they run down the bottom of the mast, and then they go to these little rollers and then out to the deck line organizers, which lead to the cockpit. I'm going to be moving back aboard full time. I love my mom, I do, and I love staying here. Her house is super comfortable, but I think it's time, and I don't have a car anymore, so it's a long drive. The car was $1,000 like 7 years ago. I've got my $1,000 out of it, but
Of course, it blows up when I have no job and no money and I'm behind on boatyard payments. So I've got $600 to give to the boatyard. I owe them $900, so it's time to pay them everything I've got. And then go move back aboard, and maybe they'll allow me to work at the boatyard for a while to pay it off. That would be great. That'd be ideal. If not, there's an airport like bike riding distance. Maybe there's a job over there. I've got some footage for you of me helping Chelsea with her bus build and some from the protest. But that's what I did this week. So next week, you get to see me finish my countertops, wire clamps, organizers. So I'm gonna be organizing my wiring finally. That's gonna be really, really nice. I don't think it'll go a long way in making my boat look a lot more comfortable, not have wires hanging down all over the place. And the screws should get here on my birthday, but I think I've got some short, like 1/2" 3/16s left. So my friend also gave me some pink fabric paint, so I'm planning to paint the fabric where my dishes go, the insulation fabric, to try to get these stains covered. Like, I've bleached them, I tried to clean them, but they just don't come clean. It's disgusting looking, and usually the dish is covered up, but I know it's there and it bothers me. It shouldn't bother me. It's ridiculous. It's just an aesthetic thing. Like, it's clean now, but it bothers me. There's not enough hot tea in the world for my voice right now. It's terrible. Yeah, so moving back aboard with no job and no car and not enough money to even cover the months that I owe. So wish me luck. I'm gonna need it for sure. Yeah. Oh, I almost forgot to tell you, I did my STCW class. So I actually finished it. I got my STCW standards of training certification. It includes like ocean firefighting, CPR, and I think it was like an abandoned ship. There's a bunch. It's basically safety at sea classes, and I'm hoping I can work on a yacht with it, but we'll see. We'll see what I can get. At this point, I'll just take any job that floats my way. Good morning from the Flying J truck stop in Tampa. I am exhausted. Somebody came in. Was looking through my windows last night, so I had to move. I didn't get a very good sleep, but here I am.
I'm on the top floor, so we're just gonna drink this fire emergency away. I'm having a Sazerac. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200. In the classroom to the dive center, and I have to don an immersion suit in less than 1 minute, which, if you've never tried, is really difficult. I just tried it for the first time in the classroom, and in 1,000 feet. Anyway, I was over a minute, and I really sucked at it, so I hope I can do better. So, boarding a life raft as a larger woman with larger bazongas. Boarding that life raft was not fucking easy. It was actually way more difficult than I anticipated, but it was awesome. I didn't give up. I did it. So I fucking passed. I got my certs. I am waiting on Chelsea, second day in a row. We are going to, or her, we're going to her school bus. I can't speak of the English. I've only had 1 cup of coffee and no food yet, but I'm dressed, old work uniform. Might still be my work uniform because they keep contacting me and asking me to do other contracts in the state, which I might, because I'm officially down to my last
$400, $437 actually, I just checked it. $437 in my accounts. I am horrible with money, especially because it all goes to boat parts. I mean, the boat's moving along, I've got the engine running, I've got the mast situated, I've got a naval architect on it designing me a way to have a halyard exit without having to drill in some halyard exits and install stuff. Cheaper than it would be to actually do all these things. And I don't really want to run them outside of the mast because I don't want sun damage, and I don't really know a lot about it, to be honest with you. I just listen to Jade a lot, and I listen to other guys around the boatyard with their boatyard woes. Same thing with the boom furling. Apparently that's terrible. So we're gonna like ignore that and pretend that it's only there for storage purposes. We hate the wood delivery company.
Oh, this isn't a video.
It is a video.
I
know, it's video.
I'm supposed to.
It's imposing.
That's right. It's just loving the camera.
I'm
over here.
always
I'm
ready.
fucking itchy.
I'm always ready
We're
for
all covered in
photos.
fiberglass.
It's
The kids are not covered in fiberglass,
I am.
but we
My
three.
face is covered in
itchy. I
fiberglass.
want to die.
Yeah,
Don't
it's
do
horrible.
that.
It's horrible. Moral of the story is don't rub it.
I rubbed it.
Don't
Right, she
get
rubbed
yourself in a predicament of fiberglass. How about that?
That's what she said.
That's the smarter thing to do, but we're not smart.
Nope.
Okay, this is like the worst hairstyle I've ever seen. But when you're growing out a mohawk, it is what it is. We got these fucking beautiful boards. Chelsea got these beautiful boards, and they are so pretty. I can't wait to put them up. But we're busy with light fixtures instead, so I have to have patience that I don't have. Look at them. Okay, there's the light fixtures that we're working on instead. But look at these. Can I cover my boat in these? Like, so fucking pretty. I'm so jealous. Maybe I'll get like a... Maybe I'll get like a little van and put some in my van. So cute. Did you order this in like a color set, or is this just like random?
The only colors they do, or
Yeah.
They have where they just do. They can do like all this one color. But yeah, you can ask them. They have different paints. They just do this for you set up.
That's cool. That's super convenient.